But don't forget about watching us, which you can do over at SuperTalk TV. And don't forget our SuperTalk Mississippi news team, and they are always covering your Mississippi stories. We want you to stay up to date. We want you to sign up for the free weekly newsletter. All of that can be found over at supertalk.fm/newsletter. And we want you to read the good headlines,
that's right.
which is why we brought Ben in today to share some of those that are over there. I know with all kinds of things going on, there's lots of different headlines over at supertalk.fm, but there are some good things to think about, too.
Always some good things mixed in there.
Always good things mixed in there. Last time you were here, you brought trivia. I was kind of brushing up on my game. I thought maybe we'd get a little bit today, but no. But hey, Southern Miss to the top. I like
that's right. Yeah, to the top. Got to represent.
Always representing. Yeah. But no. Okay, so what do we have? We don't have trivia. We
don't
have a reason
trivia this week, but I'll bring trivia next time.
Okay,
I just
there you go.
a few too many big things
good
to take care of today. But one of the ones I really wanted to talk about. This is cool for a lot of different reasons, but you talk a lot about the music artists that have come out of Mississippi. I mean, the list is endless, really. And this is a guy that I had never heard of, and he is a Hattiesburg native. And Hattiesburg, I consider kind of my second home, being a Southern Miss grad and spending a lot of time there. But Craig Wiseman, he was recognized. He was commemorated for on the latest Mississippi Country Music Trail marker. This was I believe it was last Thursday. It was last week, March. Well, I guess it would have been Friday, March 27th. Mm-hmm. March 27th is officially Craig Wiseman Day in Hattiesburg. Toby Barker, mayor of Hattiesburg, made that pronouncement at that ceremony. But they celebrated Craig Wiseman's storied career as a songwriter in the country music niche. And it really kind of remarkable that I think it's just a testament to what Mississippi has put out in terms of specifically musical artists. And we have artists in every industry, in every different art. But Craig Wiseman is one of the most prolific country music songwriters ever. He was he's just an endless list of superlatives. He's several different times been named Songwriter of the Year by the Nashville Songwriters Association. He is in the Nashville Songwriters Hall of Fame. He was named the Songwriter of the Decade by the ASCAP, which stands for the American Society of Composers, Authors, and Publishers, if you wanted to know that acronym. And a couple of years ago, he was named the Songwriter of the Century by the ASCAP, which I thought was pretty remarkable.
That's up there.
More than 300 cuts to his credit, which is a song that he wrote was recorded and published by an accredited artist. And that includes more than 150 that were a part of albums that were chart-topping albums, more than 26 number one hits that he has written. Songs like Boys Round Here by, it's slipping my mind who that's from, but
Blake Shelton.
Blake Shelton, that's right. And Tim McGraw's Live Like You Were Dying. If you listen to any of our SuperTalk country music stations, I can almost guarantee that you have heard a Craig Wiseman written song.
Everybody wants to be the lead singer, Ben, but I really think being Craig, like a songwriter that can still go out to the local store, but you what I mean? He's doing, trust me, I bet with all those hits, he's doing he's doing fine. So you get to sit back and still hear your music on the radio. Yeah. You still get to go to concerts and hear your music being, performed, but you're not having to tour. You don't have to worry about the crazy fans. You still get to be creative. I really think, being a top charting songwriter, but not the actual lead singer is the way to wish. It's the wish to wish, not the other way around.
Well, he has done it right. Whatever he's doing, he's done it right. And I think that's probably a benefit. And he's getting a little bit of fame here, getting a Mississippi Country Music Trail marker.
That's pretty cool.
But it's I've heard Jason Isbell, who a lot of people will know, not a Mississippi artist, but country folk artist, kind of Americana. But he's talked about that he loves being a C celebrity. Or a C-list celebrity, because he can go to the grocery store and hardly anyone's going to recognize him, but he still gets to
but those
create.
Checks keep coming in the mail.
That's right. He's still doing okay.
Yeah,
so is Craig Wiseman.
Yeah, and we're doing good in baseball here in Mississippi. Obviously, Southern Miss to the top. That's on there. We're doing a good year, but we don't want to ruin it. But other baseball, I guess, stadiums are getting a wink here in Mississippi.
Yeah, that's right. And sadly, one of our two minor league teams, the Mississippi Braves, obviously no longer with us, but we think, we're really excited about the replacement with the Mud Monsters, the Frontier League team, taking their place at Trustmark Park. But I think, I've had conversations with people about the M-Braves leaving, and they were kind of, it's unfortunate Mississippi doesn't have a professional baseball team anymore. I was like, wait a second.
You do?
Wait a second. The Biloxi Shuckers are really, really doing well, and they play in one of the best minor league ballparks, according to USA Today, in all of America. Keesler Federal Park was MGM Park a few years ago. That was ranked 6th in America in all of minor league baseball in terms of minor league baseball venues, getting topped by just 5 other ones, and those are all in bigger places that have been around a lot longer. And so a few years from now, they might move up on that list. But to be one of the better ballparks in all of the country, that says a lot. And
so many of us take it for granted and don't go to the games like we should. When you're going down there to have a beach trip or whatever it may do, pop in and go to a ball game. I think it'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, and speaking of college baseball, there's they've got 3 or 4 college games every year. I think they might have one more on the schedule, but double check me on that on the Biloxi Shucker website. But Southern Miss and Mississippi State have both played there this year. It's just a really cool venue, like you said, right on the beach. You're right kind of in that entertainment district. And I've been a proponent for the Sun Belt Conference, which Southern Miss plays in, to move their conference tournament there, because that's where the Conference USA tournament used to be. For, I guess, 4 or 5 years, and I got to go to that tournament a couple times, and it was fantastic. Just a beautiful venue.
Well, I would have to say I haven't ever been, but I'm going to put it on my bucket list to go, and I think that would be a lot of fun. Absolutely, too, and a Mud Monsters one with us being here centrally.
Oh, man, yeah.
I have to say I appreciate their humor. They are taking it in stride, and they're having a lot of fun, and I think people are really going to respond well to
I think so, too.
like that kind of lighthearted, not taking – they're obviously going to take baseball seriously, but not themselves, and so you can really appreciate that. Yeah,
they're really leaning into the kind of good-humored, family-friendly brand, which, the success of the Savannah Bananas, I think, has really captured that, and I expect you'll see a taste of that with the Mud Monsters, and we're still waiting to hear what the mascot is going to be, and I don't...
Be or the name?
The name of the mascot. Yeah. Off the top of my head, I can't remember. That is on SuperTalk.fm.
Yeah, well, there's a list of them.
Vote.
But I know one of them is fish, and I thought that was genius because the guy said, "What do kids come when they walk up and they see a big fish? What are they going to say? Fish." And I was like, whoever thought of that was like that. That is remarkable because you might as well just run with it. And also, there's fish. And, I think that's cool. They're having, I hope they succeed. We'll see this year. But, I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
So here, just now that we're talking about it, I want to list these off. Yeah. Fish, Muddy, Mo, Sludge, Chomps, and Bubba. And the voting period for that is closed last week. So I think we'll hopefully hear pretty soon, and that'll obviously be on SuperTalk.fm in the lifestyle section. What the name is of the big catfish that's going to be walking around at Trustmark Park.
I think their first game is the 1st of May, too, so that should be a lot of fun.
May 8th. Yeah,
May 8th,
that's right.
Yep. And one last thing, I see here the Mississippi Museum of Natural Science. They're gearing up for their 25th Nature Fest. I know that's a lot to get into in a short time, but that's a good event. Yeah,
just a great event and a big weekend all the way around, and they'll still have their ongoing exhibits like Mindbender Mansion, which we've talked about. But there'll just be a ton of stuff, really endless stuff to do. It's a full-day thing, and you probably won't be able to get to do everything. But wildlife encounters, they'll have some animals out there that they don't typically have, what they're calling behind-the-scenes science. They'll have some experts on hand to answer questions for the kids or really whatever age, and other outdoor adventure things set up like a rock climbing wall, obstacle course. It'll be a lot of fun. And hopefully the weather cooperates, but it'll be a big, fun day. You never know this time of year especially, but would encourage people to go out and check that out.
Yep. I appreciate you, Ben.
Absolutely.
Everybody go to supertalk.fm. I like the lifestyle button, but there's also all good information there if you want to stay updated on your Mississippi news. But stick with us. We got more for you coming up next.